In a world that glorifies busyness, did you know that 77% of people often feel overwhelmed and stressed in their daily lives? Finding peace can seem impossible amid the chaos. Intentional living, the secret to a stress-free life, offers a refreshing perspective on simplifying our lives. This book guides you through transformative principles designed to help you regain control and embrace meaningful living. Through practical exercises and relatable insights, you'll learn to navigate emotional triggers, develop intentional habits, and create an environment that fosters clarity. Welcome this journey toward fulfillment and serenity. Intentional Living, the Secret to a Stress-Free Life, compiled and published by Timeless Simplicity. Chapter 1. Rewiring the Mind for Intentional Change. Rewiring the mind for intentional change is about reshaping the way we think and respond to the world around us. This concept suggests that our thoughts and behaviors are not set in stone. Rather, they can be intentionally redirected to foster a life of purpose and clarity. Imagine your mind as a garden. Just as a gardener can decide which plants to nurture and which weeds to pull out, you have the power to cultivate your thoughts and beliefs. By identifying unhelpful patterns and replacing them with positive, intentional thinking, you can create an environment where personal growth and peace can flourish. This ability to change our thinking patterns is not merely a motivational concept. It is grounded in scientific research. Neuroplasticity, the brain's capacity to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections, supports the idea that intentional change is possible at any age. Dr. Carol Dweck's research on growth mindset shows that when individuals believe they can improve through effort and learning, they often do. This realization empowers you to take ownership of your mental landscape, planting seeds of positivity and resilience in intentionally chosen thoughts. Consider the story of someone grappling with self-doubt and negative self-talk. Let's call her Sarah. For years, her inner dialogue echoed harsh criticisms, leading her to believe she was unworthy of success. One day, after seeking guidance from a mentor, she began consciously to reframe her thoughts. Every time a negative thought surfaced, she challenged it by identifying evidence that contradicted her inner critic. Instead of telling herself, "I can't do this," she learned to say, "I can learn how to do this." This simple shift in narrative was powerful. It was as if Sarah had discovered a new lens through which to view her abilities. Over time, the more she practiced this approach, the more she rewired her thinking. Neuroscience backs this, revealing that repeated positive thoughts can change brain pathways, making it easier to adopt encouraging beliefs over time. People like Sarah exhibit the power of intention combined with commitment. They are living examples of how rewiring one's mind can lead to significant personal growth and success. When we look at successful individuals, we often find that they possess a certain level of intentionality in their lives. They consciously choose their thoughts, focusing their energy on constructive, goal-oriented thinking. Authors, entrepreneurs, and leaders have repeatedly credited their achievements to their ability to visualize their goals through a reframed, intentional mindset. This same principle can be applied to anyone dedicated to transforming their life. Embracing this concept of rewiring the mind invites you into a space of empowerment and possibility. By becoming aware of detrimental thought patterns and actively working to replace them with empowering beliefs, you position yourself for success. It's important to remember that change doesn't happen overnight. Like training a muscle, regular practice is vital. Each time you challenge a negative thought or replace it with a positive one, you are effectively rewiring your brain. It can feel uncomfortable initially, much like taking the first steps in a new exercise routine. But with perseverance comes strength and resilience. As you begin this practice, remember that the journey is just as valuable as the destination. The process of rewiring your mind is an act of self-love and acknowledgement of your capacity to grow. Embrace your ability to navigate emotional landscapes with intention, leading you toward a life aligned with your deepest values and aspirations. Rewiring the mind for intentional change is not just a concept. It is a way of being that fosters a rich and fulfilling life. To apply the powerful concept of rewiring your mind for intentional change, start with mindfulness exercises that help you become aware of your thoughts. Begin each day with just 5 minutes of quiet reflection. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. As you inhale and exhale, allow thoughts to come and go without judgment, cultivating a sense of inner calm. This practice encourages you to observe your thoughts rather than entangle yourself in negative patterns. Over time, this habit will help you notice your thought processes, providing insight into which thoughts need adjusting. Another effective technique is to practice positive affirmations. Each morning, identify 3 affirmations that resonate with your goals and values. For instance, if confidence is what you seek, repeat the phrase, "I am capable and deserving of success," while looking in the mirror. Visualizing these affirmations as truths will help you internally shift limiting beliefs. This approach was adopted by James, a campaigner who struggled with self-doubt. By consistently declaring his worth and visualizing his success, he found the courage to pursue opportunities he once regarded as unattainable. Finally, consider journaling as a way to solidify this newly rewired perspective. At the end of each day, write down 3 positive experiences and what you learned. This practice helps retrain your focus on the good in your life and reinforces positive thinking patterns. Incorporating these daily habits allows the fruits of rewiring your mind to grow, cultivating resilience and positivity over time. I encourage you to adopt these techniques and become an active participant in your journey of transformation, allowing simple actions to empower profound change. Remember to subscribe to my channel, Timeless Simplicity, for more insights and tools to support your path toward intentional living. Chapter 2: Understanding the Limbic System's Hidden Power. Understanding the limbic system's hidden power involves recognizing the intricate role our emotions play in shaping our thoughts, decisions, and behaviors. The limbic system, situated deep within the brain, is often referred to as the emotional center. It governs how we respond to experiences and influences feelings such as fear, joy, and motivation. By appreciating the significance of this system, we can wield greater control over our reactions and subsequently our lives. It acts like a compass, guiding us towards pleasure and away from pain. And learning to navigate this landscape can empower us to make more intentional choices that align with our personal values and goals. To illustrate this, think about a time when you felt an overwhelming sense of anxiety before a presentation. As the mind races with thoughts of potential failure, your body goes into survival mode, preparing for a fight or flight response. Interestingly, the feelings generated by the limbic system can overshadow reason, causing you to question your abilities despite extensive preparation. In contrast, successful performers often leverage their limbic responses to generate enthusiasm rather than fear. Consider renowned public speakers who, rather than shying away from their nerves, channel that energy into passion for their message. This dynamic represents the powerful interplay between emotional awareness and performance. Understanding the limbic system allows us to harness emotions for constructive outcomes. Scientific research reinforces this concept. Studies suggest that when individuals comprehend the source and impact of their emotions, their decision-making improves significantly. Research by Dr. Antonio Damasio reveals that emotional intelligence is vital for effective reasoning. People who can identify and manage their feelings are equipped to make decisions anchored in their core values, enhancing their ability to navigate life's complexities. Furthermore, emotional regulation isn't just for enhancing performance, it significantly contributes to overall well-being and mental health. When we learn to recognize our emotional triggers and understand how they influence our actions, we create space for conscious choices. History also offers insight into the impact of emotional intelligence. Leaders like Nelson Mandela and Mahatma Gandhi exemplified this principle, employing their understanding of human emotions to encourage non-violent change and foster a sense of unity. Their emotional resilience allowed them to face challenges with a clear focus on their vision, even when circumstances were daunting. Through their journeys, they illustrate how effectively channeling emotions, rooted in a keen awareness of the limbic system, can be instrumental in achieving remarkable change. Incorporating these real-life examples not only highlights the power of the limbic system, but also emphasizes that the ability to understand and respond to our emotions is an empowering skill. It invites you to explore your emotional reactions with curiosity rather than judgment. As you embark on your journey of self-discovery, consider the role that emotional awareness plays in your decision-making processes. By unraveling the intricacies of the limbic system, you position yourself to create positive changes in your life. Embrace the understanding that your emotional landscape is not something to fear or suppress. It is a vital part of your experience that can guide you toward a more intentional and fulfilling life. To harness the power of your limbic system, begin by integrating emotional awareness techniques into your daily routine. One effective method is to keep an emotional journal, dedicating a few minutes each evening to reflect on your feelings throughout the day. By noting the events that triggered specific emotions, you'll begin to identify patterns and understand how your limbic responses influence your actions. For example, if you realize that meetings often cause anxiety, you can anticipate this emotional trigger and prepare strategies to manage it effectively. This process of recognizing your emotional landscape is instrumental in creating a deeper understanding of your responses. Another practical technique is to practice mindful breathing whenever you encounter stress or discomfort. Take a moment to pause, focusing on your breath as you inhale deeply through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Visualize your inhalations bringing in calmness and positive energy, while your exhalations release tension and negativity. One person named Lisa discovered that this simple exercise helped her regain composure during challenging interactions at work. Through consistent practice, she learned to access this calming state quickly, empowering her to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Lastly, consider adopting a gratitude practice. Each day, take time to acknowledge 3 things you're thankful for, whether big or small. This shift in focus can create a more positive emotional state, helping to rewire your thoughts and emotional patterns over time. Mark, a busy father, made it a habit to share gratitude with his family each evening during dinner. This not only strengthened their bonds, but also transformed their overall household atmosphere, fostering joy and resilience even amidst daily stresses. Embracing these techniques allows you to take proactive steps toward greater emotional awareness and regulation, laying the foundation for intentional living. Every small shift you make contributes to your overall well-being. Embrace this journey and remember to subscribe to my channel, Timeless Simplicity, for more insights and encouragement as you explore the power of the mind and the depth of your emotional experience. Chapter 3: Emotional Triggers and the Subconscious Loop. Emotional triggers are specific stimuli that provoke strong emotional reactions, often leading to automatic responses rooted in our subconscious. Understanding how these triggers operate helps us break free from conditioned reactions and allows for intentional self-discovery. Every day we encounter situations that stir our emotions, be it a kind word, a dismissive gesture, or even a traumatic memory. Recognizing these triggers as part of our emotional landscape equips us to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. By delving into our subconscious loops, we can uncover the underlying beliefs and experiences shaping our emotional responses, paving the way for personal transformation. To illustrate this concept, think of a rubber band. If you stretch it far enough and release it, it snaps back to its original shape. Similarly, our emotional triggers can pull us back into familiar patterns of behavior, often leading to reactions that don't serve our best interests. Consider Melissa, who found herself becoming angry and defensive whenever her supervisor offered constructive criticism. Instead of processing the feedback calmly, her knee-jerk reaction was to shut down completely. This triggered a pattern that affected her relationships at work and caused great distress. However, through awareness of her emotional triggers, Melissa began to see the criticism not as a personal affront, but as an opportunity for growth. By reframing her perspective, she started to engage more openly in conversations, which, in turn, transformed her interactions and allowed her to flourish professionally. This illustrative example hinges on a deeper understanding of psychological principles. According to psychologists such as Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, patterns from past experiences can resonate deeply within us, resurfacing when triggered. Our brains develop these emotional responses as a coping mechanism, Yet, they can also hinder our ability to navigate present-day situations effectively. Another piece of research led by Dr. John Gottman highlights how emotional triggers in romantic relationships can lead to predictable patterns of behavior that often hamper communication and intimacy. Understanding these triggers enables couples to rework their interactions intentionally, creating a healthier and more empathetic dynamic. Successful figures often demonstrate the power of managing emotional triggers to achieve their goals. Look at athletes. They frequently utilize visualization techniques to prepare for high-stakes performances. Before going out on the field, they may mentally rehearse their routines to desensitize themselves to anxiety-inducing scenarios. This approach exemplifies how awareness and preparation can transform emotional responses into empowering experiences. Encouragingly, we can all adopt these strategies to tune into our emotional responses, allowing us to rewrite our narratives in healthier and more constructive ways. Emotional triggers provide insights into our values, fears, and previous experiences. Once we identify these triggers, we can take actionable steps toward understanding what's behind our reactions. By recognizing and transforming these subconscious loops, we empower ourselves to live more intentionally. Embracing this exploration becomes a vital part of our journey toward emotional resilience and self-directed living, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with clarity and confidence. This shift, rooted in awareness and intention, positions you to create a future where your emotional wealth contributes to a fulfilling life rather than dictating it. To effectively manage emotional triggers and incorporate this understanding into your life, begin by engaging in self-reflection during moments of emotional intensity. When you feel a surge of emotion, take a step back and ask yourself what specifically triggered this response. Keep a notepad handy to jot down any recurring patterns you notice. This practice not only fosters awareness, but also empowers you to navigate your emotions with clarity rather than letting them dictate your actions. For instance, if you notice that your frustration often arises during family gatherings, acknowledging this trigger allows you to explore the deeper implications of your reactions. Another practical technique is the use of mindfulness meditation. Dedicate a few minutes each day to sit quietly and observe your thoughts and emotions as they arise without judgment. Focus on your breath and gently bring your attention back whenever distractions emerge. This practice, once established, can be particularly beneficial before engaging in emotionally charged discussions, helping you cultivate a sense of calm and centeredness. Emily, a community volunteer, found that incorporating meditation into her routine allowed her to respond more thoughtfully during emotionally taxing moments with others, strengthening her relationships and enhancing her overall sense of well-being. Additionally, consider escalating positive emotional states through gratitude exercises. Each evening, write down 3 things you appreciated about your day, acknowledging both big and small moments. This approach helps shift your perspective and buffer against future emotional triggers by grounding you in positivity. After adopting this exercise, Sam, a teacher, discovered that focusing on daily gratitude made him resilient when faced with challenging classroom dynamics. By reinforcing an uplifting mindset, he felt more equipped to handle stress and connect effectively with his students. In connecting these techniques to the concept of emotional triggers, you empower yourself to take control of your emotional landscape. Recognizing that you have the tools to influence your responses creates a new narrative where you can approach life with conscious intent. This transformative journey will bring clarity. And as you grow in this awareness, remember to subscribe to my channel Timeless Simplicity for ongoing inspiration and guidance on your path to intentional living. Chapter 4. Breaking Free from Automatic Responses. Breaking free from automatic responses involves recognizing the conditioned behaviors that often dictate our reactions to various situations. These automatic responses are like mental shortcuts created through past experiences. They can be efficient, but often lead to undesired outcomes when we react without reflection. Understanding this concept is crucial because it allows us to take charge of our behavior, enabling us to respond more mindfully and intentionally in life's moments of pressure and uncertainty. By shining a light on our automatic patterns, we create the potential for transformation in our daily interactions and overall well-being. Consider the case of Alex, who often found himself snapping at his partner over trivial matters. Years of subtle frustrations had conditioned him to respond with defensiveness whenever he felt under pressure. One evening, after a particularly heated disagreement, he decided to reflect on his reaction. Instead of accepting this cycle as part of who he was, Alex recognized that he could choose a different path, one that encouraged understanding rather than conflict. This realization marked the beginning of a conscious effort to explore the underlying beliefs triggering his automatic responses. By acknowledging these feelings, Alex began to dismantle the reflexive habits that had emerged over time. Psychological principles support the idea of breaking free from these widely accepted automatic responses. The works of Dr. Daniel Kahneman, particularly in his book Thinking Fast and Slow, differentiate between two systems of thinking: the fast, automatic responses that arise from our subconscious, and the slower, deliberate processes that require reflection and intention. Kahneman's research reveals that tapping into the slower system can lead to better decision-making, particularly in emotionally charged situations. Recognizing when we are about to react automatically offers us a unique opportunity to pause, breathe, and choose a more intentional response aligned with our values and aspirations. Across various fields, leaders and high performers exhibit the power of overcoming automatic responses. Many athletes, for example, engage in visualization techniques to prepare for events, which helps them retrain their instincts. By mentally rehearsing scenarios, they create new pathways in their minds, enabling them to respond effectively, regardless of pressure. A famous example is Michael Phelps, who worked extensively with a sports psychologist to develop techniques that allowed him to visualize and overcome obstacles even before his races. This conscious practice empowered him to remain focused and calm, even amid the chaos surrounding him, demonstrating the impact of breaking away from conditioned responses. By adopting techniques to break free from automatic reactions, we not only improve our interactions, but also elevate our emotional intelligence. This renewed clarity encourages us to respond to challenging situations with thoughtful consideration rather than impulsivity. Connecting with our deeper selves and recognizing the choice inherent in our responses fosters a sense of empowerment, ultimately allowing for healthier relationships and personal growth. As you navigate your own patterns of thought and behavior, consider that each choice, rather than being a product of habit, can stem from a place of intentionality. Such realizations are key to designing a more fulfilling life founded on conscious decision-making, inviting you to actively engage with the world rather than passively react from it. To effectively break free from automatic responses, begin incorporating mindfulness practices into your daily life. Start by establishing a regular routine of mindfulness meditation. Dedicate just 5 minutes each day to a quiet space where you can sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. As thoughts begin to surface, acknowledge them without judgment and record your observations afterward. This practice helps build your awareness of emotional triggers and reinforces your capacity to respond intentionally rather than automatically. After several weeks, you will likely notice a heightened awareness of impulses and the time to pause before reacting, contributing to calmer and more deliberate interactions. Another practical approach is to develop a pause and reflect habit whenever you sense an automatic reaction creeping in. For instance, if you find yourself getting defensive during discussions, practice saying, "Let me think about that for a moment." Stepping back allows you the time to consider the source of your feelings and respond based on your intentions rather than instinct. An example comes from Julia, who recognized her tendency to overreact in stressful work meetings. By implementing this pause, she found that it transformed her interactions, allowing her to listen with greater empathy and respond more constructively. Journaling can be a valuable tool to identify and challenge your automatic responses further. At the end of each day, take the time to write about moments when you reacted without thought. Reflect on the triggers that led to those responses and explore alternative ways you might approach similar situations in the future. This exercise can help to solidify your learning while enabling you to brainstorm healthy coping strategies. Mark, who started journaling his automatic responses, discovered patterns in his interactions and began experimenting with new approaches. This process led to significant personal growth. As you cultivate these techniques, remember that transforming automatic responses takes time and practice. The small steps you take today lay the groundwork for a more intentional and fulfilling life. By weaving mindfulness, reflection, and journaling into your routine, you build the framework necessary for positive change. Your journey towards self-awareness and empowerment is both possible and vital in living the life you truly desire. For more guidance and encouragement, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Timeless Simplicity, where you will find additional insights and practices to support your evolution into a more mindful and intentional self. Chapter 5. Reprogramming Thoughts for Inner Peace. Reprogramming thoughts for inner peace involves actively changing the way you think in order to create a more serene and balanced mindset. Our thoughts can often be automatic and negative, held in place by years of ingrained habits, which can lead to stress and discontent. This chapter emphasizes the necessity of reshaping these patterns intentionally, allowing ourselves to cultivate a more peaceful inner dialogue. By recognizing and altering the thoughts that no longer serve us, we can open a pathway to mental clarity, emotional stability, and self-acceptance. To illustrate the power of this concept, consider the analogy of a computer operating on outdated software. Just as this software can hinder performance, ingrained negative thought patterns can slow down our emotional and mental growth. Take Sarah, for example. For many years, she battled with persistent negative thinking, constantly second-guessing herself and focusing on potential failures. It wasn't until a close friend pointed out this toxicity that she began reprogramming her thoughts. Sarah started by identifying her negative self-talk and challenging those thoughts diligently. For each negative belief, she proposed a counter-thought based on reality, fostering a shift that would help her resonate with success rather than fear. Scientific research underscores the power of cognitive reprogramming. Psychologist Dr. Aaron Beck, who developed cognitive therapy, demonstrated that by challenging negative thoughts and reframing them into more positive or rational alternatives, individuals could significantly reduce feelings of anxiety and depression. A study published in the journal Cognitive Therapy and Research showed that participants who engaged in cognitive restructuring experienced notable increases in self-esteem and emotional resilience. This principle exemplifies the profound impact that thought patterns have on our state of mind and, consequently, our lives. Successful figures across various fields frequently emphasize the importance of controlling their thought patterns. Consider Tom Brady, a celebrated quarterback who often discusses the mental fortitude required to remain focused under pressure. He openly credits intentional thinking as a cornerstone of his success. By reframing obstacles as challenges to overcome, rather than insurmountable problems, he maintains an unparalleled sense of confidence on the field. This practice of reframing exemplifies the power of reprogramming thoughts. It allows individuals to navigate difficulties with positivity and tenacity. Incorporating the practice of thought reprogramming into daily life invites you to consciously evaluate and shift your perspectives. Begin by identifying specific negative beliefs that arise frequently. Each time one of these thoughts presents itself, pause and consider a more constructive and empowering alternative. Instead of thinking, "I can't handle this," reframe it to, "I am capable of finding solutions." This conscious practice not only diminishes negative thought patterns, but also fosters a sense of agency and inner peace. Mindfulness can also play an instrumental role in this process. By committing to a daily mindfulness practice, such as meditation, you create space to observe your thoughts without judgment. This heightened awareness provides valuable insights into your mental patterns, making it easier to identify those that require reprogramming. Ultimately, reprogramming your thoughts allows you to align with an inner peace that supports a flourishing life, one filled with intention and clarity. As you embark on this journey, remember that the path to peace begins with your willingness to choose thoughts that uplift and empower you. The invitation to change is always within reach, and each small step represents a significant leap towards a more harmonious existence. To effectively reprogram your thoughts and foster inner peace, begin by integrating daily affirmations into your routine. Each morning, as you wake up, take a moment to sit quietly and recite positive affirmations that align with your goals. For instance, you might say, "I am capable and deserving of success," or "I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth." By consistently reinforcing these empowering beliefs, you create a mental environment that nurtures positivity and resilience throughout your day. This practice allows for a gradual shift in your self-perception, ultimately facilitating a greater sense of calm and confidence in your decisions. Another practical method is the practice of thought journaling. Set aside time at the end of each day to write down instances where negative thoughts surfaced. Reflect on what triggered those thoughts and explore alternative, more constructive perspectives. For example, if you noted, "I failed at my presentation," challenge that by writing, "I learned valuable lessons that will help me improve for next time." This exercise promotes self-awareness and helps disrupt automatic negative patterns, making way for a more nuanced and gracious understanding of your experiences. Each entry reinforces your commitment to reprogramming your mindset, enabling you to see challenges as stepping stones in your journey. Mindfulness meditation can also be an integral part of this reprogramming process. Start with just 5 minutes of meditation daily, focusing on your breath and acknowledging your thoughts as they arise without judgment. This gentle observation helps cultivate an atmosphere of self-acceptance and nurtures your ability to respond to thoughts without being consumed by them. Emma, for example, began practicing mindfulness and discovered that she could recognize her anxious thoughts as mere clouds drifting by, rather than storms. This realization accompanied her on daily tasks, allowing her to approach challenges with newfound calmness. As you engage in these techniques, remember that reprogramming your thoughts is a practice, not a one-time event. Celebrate your progress in shifting your mindset, however small it may seem. Each step you take towards embracing more positive and constructive thoughts strengthens your inner peace. This journey may take time and deliberate effort, but the rewards are profound. They create the foundation for a life rich with intentionality and serenity. To continue exploring effective strategies for personal growth and empowerment, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, Timeless Simplicity, where you will find further inspiration on your path to a more fulfilling life. Chapter 6: Cultivating Intentional Habits for Success. Cultivating intentional habits for success involves consciously developing routines and behaviors that align with your aspirations and values. The essence of this concept lies in the understanding that habits, whether productive or detrimental, shape the quality of our lives. By intentionally designing our habits, we create not only a framework for achieving our goals, but also a pathway to becoming the best versions of ourselves. This process empowers us to regain control over our lives, steering away from automatic behaviors that may have previously limited us. To illustrate this point, consider the analogy of a gardener tending to plants. A gardener invests time and effort in ensuring the right conditions for growth, providing adequate sunlight, water, and nutrients to the soil. Similarly, our habits require nurturing. When we intentionally cultivate them, we create the environment necessary for success to flourish. Take Mark, a writer who struggled with procrastination. By reflecting on his goals, he realized that simply desiring to write wasn't enough. He actively decided to cultivate daily writing habits, establishing a specific time each day dedicated entirely to his craft. Over time, these intentional practices transformed his approach, transforming his writing from a chore into a fulfilling endeavor. Scientific research supports the notion that habits profoundly affect our behavior and outcomes. According to a study published in the journal Health Psychology, the majority of our daily actions are driven by habits, often occurring subconsciously. This insight highlights how forming intentional habits is not merely beneficial, it is essential for personal growth and success. Dr. Charles Duhigg, author of The Power of Habit, argues that understanding the cue, routine, and reward loop can enable us to manipulate our habits effectively. By identifying triggers that lead to unwanted behaviors, we can substitute those routines with more constructive ones that align with our goals. Historical figures throughout time exemplify the power of intentional habits. Thomas Edison, for example, was known for his disciplined work ethic. He famously employed strict schedules and routines to harness his creative energy effectively, leading to countless inventions that transformed society. By adopting intentionality in his daily practices, Edison was able to align his actions with his aspirations, demonstrating how a disciplined approach can yield extraordinary results. This principle underscores that success is not merely the outcome of talent, it is also the result of repeated, intentional efforts. As you embark on your own journey of cultivating intentional habits, it is essential to start small and remain patient with yourself. Begin by identifying 1 or 2 behavior changes that resonate with your aspirations. It may be as simple as incorporating 15 minutes of exercise into your daily routine, or dedicating time each evening for quiet reflection. By consistently practicing these new habits, you set the stage for significant shifts in your life over time. Remember, the transformation you seek is built upon a foundation of everyday choices. Each step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward achieving your goals. In this evolving process, embrace the notion that setbacks are normal and part of the learning curve. Instead of viewing failures as reasons to give up, see them as opportunities for reflection and adjustment. The cultivation of intentional habits becomes an empowering journey of self-discovery, allowing you to align your actions with your deepest desires. By remaining committed to nurturing these habits, you create an enduring blueprint for success in every aspect of your life, enriching your experience and bringing you closer to your true potential. To cultivate intentional habits and integrate this concept into your daily life, start by setting clear, achievable goals. Begin with the SMART criteria, making sure your goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of simply wanting to exercise more, frame your goal as, I will walk for 30 minutes every morning after breakfast for the next month. This clarity not only makes the goal tangible, but also provides a sense of direction and accountability. As you track your progress, celebrate even the smallest milestones to motivate yourself further. Another effective method is to utilize habit stacking, a strategy popularized by James Clear in his book Atomic Habits. This approach involves attaching a new habit to an existing routine. For instance, if you already make coffee every morning, use that moment as a cue to practice 5 minutes of mindful breathing or stretching. This connection helps ease the transition into new habits, leveraging established routines to encourage consistency. Sarah found this technique particularly helpful. After establishing a habit of journaling immediately after her morning coffee, she began to look forward to that peaceful time, making writing a natural part of her day. Additionally, consider adopting the principle of implementation intentions, which involve creating if-then plans that preemptively address potential obstacles. For example, you might say, if I feel too tired to exercise, then I will put on my workout clothes and do a 10-minute session. This strategy prepares you mentally to face challenges and nudges you toward taking action, even when motivation wanes. John, a busy professional, embraced this approach and discovered that committing to 10 minutes of exercise turned into longer workouts because he simply felt energized once he started. By consistently applying these techniques, you can pave the way for meaningful and lasting change. Embrace the notion that success is knit together with small, intentional choices made each day. As you weave these habits into your lifestyle, remember that even on challenging days, progress can be found in your commitment to your goals. Each step you take moves you closer to the life you envision. For further guidance and inspiration on your journey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Timeless Simplicity, where you will discover more insights on fostering intentional living and personal growth. Chapter 7. The Role of Mindfulness in Transformation. The role of mindfulness in transformation is centered on the practice of being fully present in the moment, allowing us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This simple yet profound concept empowers us to cultivate awareness of our internal landscape, offering a valuable space for reflection and change. By fostering mindfulness, we create an opportunity to interrupt habitual patterns of thought and behavior that may no longer serve us, opening a pathway to personal transformation and emotional well-being. The practice invites us to engage with life more intentionally, allowing for deeper connections with ourselves and the world around us. To illustrate this concept, picture a flowing river with clear water. The river represents our thoughts and feelings, which continuously shift and change. When we engage in mindfulness, we are like the still observer standing on the riverbank, watching the water flow without trying to control or direct it. Take, for example, Jenny, who struggled with anxiety and often found herself overwhelmed by racing thoughts. By practicing mindfulness meditation, Jenny gradually learned to observe her thoughts as they flowed, acknowledging them without feeling compelled to react or get tangled up. This shift brought her a new sense of calm and clarity, enhancing her ability to focus and navigate even the most stressful situations. Research supports the transformative power of mindfulness. A landmark study published in the journal Psychological Science explored the effects of mindfulness training on emotional regulation and cognitive flexibility. Participants who engaged in mindfulness practices reported significantly lower levels of stress and anxiety, alongside improved attention and focus. Furthermore, Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn, the pioneer of mindfulness-based stress reduction, emphasizes the importance of acceptance and awareness in promoting overall mental health. His work suggests that when we embrace the present moment, we remain less attached to past grievances or future anxieties, ultimately fostering resilience and adaptability. Historical figures provide compelling examples of mindfulness as a catalyst for transformation. Mahatma Gandhi practiced mindfulness to maintain clarity and peace in his life's work for social justice, adapting his strategies in response to the ever-changing landscape of political climate. His ability to remain focused on his values and purpose amidst chaos exemplifies how mindfulness can inform impactful decision-making. Similarly, today's leaders in various fields, from business to education, integrate mindfulness practices into their routines, reporting enhanced focus, creativity, and emotional intelligence as a result. Incorporating mindfulness into daily life opens the door for gradual transformations. Start by setting aside a few minutes each day for mindfulness meditation. Simply find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and focus on your breath, gently redirecting your mind whenever it wanders. You can also practice mindfulness during routine activities like eating or walking, by fully engaging your senses and observing the experience without distractions. Over time, as you cultivate this skill, it can become a powerful tool for enhancing self-awareness and decision-making. As you engage in this journey of mindfulness, remind yourself that transformation is not always sudden. It is often a gradual process. Each moment spent in mindful awareness brings you closer to understanding your thoughts and emotions, allowing clarity and insight to flood your mind. By nurturing this practice, you are not only enhancing your ability to stay present, but are also laying a strong foundation for personal growth. Mindfulness offers a gentle invitation to embrace the journey of transformation, enabling you to live with intention and purpose. To effectively incorporate mindfulness into your daily life, start by creating a mindfulness routine that fits seamlessly within your schedule. Begin with short meditation sessions, setting aside just 5 minutes each morning to focus on your breath. Find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably without distractions. As you breathe, allow your thoughts to come and go without engaging with them. This practice will help you cultivate a sense of peace right at the start of your day. Even those who are busy with dynamic schedules can benefit from such short bursts of mindfulness, as consistency can be more impactful than duration. Another technique is to practice mindful listening in your conversations. As you interact with others, focus entirely on what they are saying without planning your response in your mind. This can transform your relationships and deepen your connections. Imagine Laura, who realized that she often rushed to respond in conversations, missing the essence of what others were sharing. By consciously shifting to mindful listening, she discovered that her interactions became more fulfilling and meaningful. People began to feel heard, which enhanced the trust and openness in her relationships. This simple change creates a ripple effect of understanding and connection. Incorporate mindfulness into everyday activities like eating. Instead of rushing through meals, take the time to savor each bite. Acknowledge the flavors, textures, and aromas of your food, engaging your senses fully. This practice was particularly beneficial for Greg, who often ate at his desk while working. By choosing to eat mindfully, he not only improved his digestion, but also brought a sense of joy and gratitude to his meals. Over time, he found himself more present and engaged in all aspects of his life, leading to increased satisfaction and reduced stress. As you embrace these mindfulness practices, remember that the journey may not always be linear, and days filled with distractions can happen. Be kind to yourself as you cultivate this transformative skill. The small intentional moments of mindfulness will build upon each other, creating a foundation for deeper awareness and peace. For more insights and helpful practices, remember to subscribe to my channel, Timeless Simplicity, where you can find further inspiration as you navigate the enriching path of intentional living. Chapter 8. Aligning actions with your core intentions. Aligning actions with your core intentions means ensuring that what you do in your daily life reflects your deepest values and aspirations. This concept emphasizes the importance of living authentically, which leads to a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. When your actions are congruent with your intentions, you create a harmonious life where decisions are made with clarity and intention. This alignment not only enhances your emotional well-being, but also plays a crucial role in achieving long-term goals, as you are more likely to take purposeful steps towards what truly matters to you. To illustrate this concept, think of a compass guiding you through uncharted territory. Just like a compass points you in the right direction, aligning your actions with your core intentions serves as your internal guide, empowering you to make choices that lead to growth and satisfaction. Consider Lisa, who worked in a corporate job but found herself feeling unfulfilled and disconnected from her work. After a period of introspection, she realized that her core intention was to help others thrive. With this newfound clarity, she decided to pursue a career in coaching, allowing her actions to reflect her intention of making a positive impact. As a result, Lisa experienced not only a surge in motivation, but also a deeper sense of joy in her life, as her daily activities began to resonate with her true purpose. Research backs this notion of alignment between actions and intentions. A study published in the journal Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that individuals who pursue goals that reflect their intrinsic values tend to experience higher levels of happiness and satisfaction. Such alignment opens the pathway to resilience, allowing one to navigate challenges with a more optimistic outlook. This reflects a core psychological principle embedded in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where self-actualization occurs when individuals align their behaviors with their personal values and goals. In this state, they can genuinely express themselves and capitalize on their unique potential. Successful individuals across various fields exemplify this principle of alignment. Oprah Winfrey, for example, built her career on the firm intention of educating and inspiring others. She consistently took actionable steps in her career that reflected her values, creating a media empire that empowers millions. Her success story is a testament to the profound impact of aligning one's actions with core intentions, ultimately fostering not just her achievements, but also providing a space for others' growth and transformation. To begin aligning your own actions with your core intentions, start by identifying what truly matters to you. Take some time to reflect on your values, whether through journaling or quiet contemplation. Consider the areas of your life where you feel the most fulfilled. Once you have this clarity, evaluate your current actions and where they may diverge from your intentions. If you see discrepancies, it's a powerful opportunity for change. For example, if your intention is to prioritize health, but your schedule is filled with evening commitments that limit your exercise, consider reallocating your time to honor that core intention. As you embark on this journey of alignment, embrace the idea that it is a process built on small, intentional changes rather than a drastic overhaul. Celebrate each step you take toward creating a life where your actions reflect your deepest values. By fostering this alignment, you create a foundation for genuine fulfillment and success, ultimately inviting a more authentic version of yourself into the world. As you continue this exploration, remember that prioritizing your core intentions opens the door to significant transformation and deeper satisfaction in your life. To effectively align your actions with your core intentions, start by conducting a personal values assessment. Take a few moments each day to reflect on what truly matters to you. Write down your top 5 values, whether they are family, health, creativity, or personal growth. As you establish these foundational elements, consider how your current choices reflect these values. This practice opens a dialogue with yourself about your priorities, allowing you to assess where changes may be necessary to create the life you desire. Another practical technique is to create a vision board. This visual representation of your goals and intentions can serve as a powerful reminder of your aspirations. Gather images, quotes, and symbols that resonate with your core values, arranging them on a board that you can place in a prominent spot. By doing this, Anna, a young professional seeking clarity in her career, found renewed inspiration to pursue a job that aligns with her passions. The daily reminder of her vision guided her decision-making and provided encouragement during moments of self-doubt, ultimately steering her towards a fulfilling opportunity. Additionally, consider implementing weekly check-ins where you assess your actions in accordance with your core intentions. Set aside time at the end of each week, perhaps during a quiet Sunday afternoon, to evaluate how well your daily activities aligned with your values. Reflect on moments when you felt true fulfillment, or, conversely, times when you may have strayed from your intentions. This reflection allows for course correction and growth, helping you adjust your actions to ensure they continually reflect your values. Mark, a busy parent, found this practice to be transformative. He realized keeping better track of his priorities enabled him to carve out time for family activities that deeply resonated with him, ultimately enhancing their relationships. As you begin to weave these exercises into your life, remind yourself that alignment is a continuous journey rather than a final destination. While challenges might arise, maintaining focus on your values will foster resilience and adaptability. The personal growth that emerges from this practice will empower you to face obstacles with a stronger sense of purpose and clarity. By embracing intentionality in this way, you pave the path to a life that truly reflects who you are and what you value most. Each small step you take in aligning your actions with your intentions can lead to profound changes over time, enriching your experience and fostering deeper connections with yourself and others. To continue exploring beneficial strategies for living authentically and mindfully, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, Timeless Simplicity, where you'll find abundant resources to support your journey toward alignment and fulfillment. Chapter 9. The Power of Emotional Regulation. The power of emotional regulation centers on the ability to understand, manage, and respond appropriately to your emotions. This crucial skill enables individuals to navigate life's challenges with resilience and maintain control over their emotional responses instead of succumbing to impulses. Mastering emotional regulation forms the foundation for healthier relationships, improved mental health, and enhanced decision-making abilities. By cultivating this understanding, you position yourself to create a balanced emotional climate that fosters well-being and allows you to act thoughtfully rather than reactively. Consider the analogy of a seasoned sailor navigating through turbulent seas. A sailor who understands the winds and waves can adjust their sails and tack skillfully, steering the ship back on course. Similarly, the practice of emotional regulation equips us with the tools to navigate the emotional storms we encounter daily. Take the instance of Jenna, who often found herself feeling overwhelmed during stressful work situations. Rather than responding impulsively with frustration or panic, she dedicated herself to understanding her emotional triggers. By implementing breathing techniques to ground herself, Jenna learned to pause before reacting. This shift not only salvaged her professional relationships, but also empowered her to tackle challenges with a calmer, more focused mindset. Scientific research supports the importance of emotional regulation as a predictor of mental health and overall well-being. A study published in the journal Emotion found that individuals who practice emotional regulation generally experience lower levels of anxiety and depression. Researchers emphasize that those who can consciously acknowledge their emotions and respond adaptively possess greater emotional intelligence, equipping them for resilience in the face of adversity. Clinical psychologist Dr. Daniel Goleman, who popularized the concept of emotional intelligence, asserts that recognizing and regulating our emotions is ultimately crucial for success in both personal and professional realms. Real-life success stories reinforce the transformative impact of emotional regulation. Consider the story of Barack Obama, who often spoke about the challenges he faced during his presidency and how he managed his emotions in high-pressure situations. He practiced mindfulness techniques to remain calm and focused amid overwhelming demands, enabling him to navigate crises with a level-headed perspective. By incorporating emotional regulation into his leadership approach, Obama could inspire trust and decisiveness in his team while fostering an atmosphere that allowed for constructive collaboration. As you embark on your journey to enhance your emotional regulation skills, begin by honing self-awareness. Take time to reflect on situations that trigger strong emotional responses. By identifying and acknowledging these emotional triggers, you can cultivate a greater understanding of your reactions and initiate a pathway to more deliberate responses. Journaling can be particularly effective in this regard, as it allows you to articulate your emotions without judgment and visualize patterns that may arise. In this endeavor, practicing mindfulness is a powerful ally. Integrating mindfulness techniques into your daily routine promotes a sense of presence that aids in recognizing emotional states in the moment. Whether through meditation or mindful breathing, these practices equip you with the knowledge and comfort needed to respond flexibly to your emotional experience. Each step you take in fostering emotional regulation enhances your ability to act intentionally, paving the way for richer relationships and a more fulfilling life. By embracing this skill, you unlock the potential to navigate the complexities of your emotions gracefully, ultimately fostering a profound sense of peace and empowerment within yourself. The knowledge that you can cultivate the art of emotional regulation encourages personal growth, resilience, and a deeper connection to your authentic self. Let each newfound insight serve as both a guide and inspiration for your emotional journey, enriching your experience every day. To effectively harness the power of emotional regulation in your daily life, begin by practicing self-check-ins. Set aside a moment throughout your day to pause and assess your emotional state. Ask yourself simple questions such as, "How am I feeling right now?" or "What thoughts are influencing my emotions?" This practice enhances your self-awareness, empowering you to identify emotions before they escalate into reactive behaviors. For example, when Tom noticed rising frustration during a busy day at work, he would take a brief moment to step away, breathe deeply, and evaluate what was fueling his emotions. This simple act transformed his response to stress, enabling him to focus better and communicate with clarity. Another effective technique is to keep an emotion diary, where you can jot down moments when intense feelings arise. Each entry should include the situation that triggered the emotion, how you reacted, and how you might respond differently next time. This reflection creates a feedback loop, allowing you to learn from your emotional responses proactively. Sarah began this practice after realizing that her anger often stemmed from miscommunication. By writing down incidents related to her frustration, she recognized options for better engagement. Over time, this technique gave her insights into managing her responses more effectively, enhancing her relationships both at work and home. Mindfulness meditation also plays a key role in fostering emotional regulation. Dedicate a few minutes each day to focus on your breath. As thoughts and feelings arise, rather than clinging to them, observe them as passing clouds in the sky. This practice helps develop a non-judgmental awareness of your emotional landscape. For instance, David found that every time he felt overwhelmed, a brief session of mindfulness allowed him to anchor himself, ultimately enabling him to respond to stress with greater composure. As these skills become ingrained, you will find that your capacity for emotional regulation expands, creating a more balanced state of mind. As you embrace these techniques, Remember that progress takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself as you learn to cultivate emotional awareness and regulation in your life. Each step you take toward understanding your emotional responses is a meaningful step toward personal growth and well-being. For further strategies and insights on your journey toward emotional intelligence, consider subscribing to my channel, Timeless Simplicity, where you will find ongoing support and inspiration as you navigate the enriching path of emotional regulation. Chapter 10: Designing an Environment for Mental Clarity. Designing an environment for mental clarity involves creating a space that fosters focus, creativity, and peace. The concept emphasizes that our surroundings significantly affect our thoughts and emotional states. By intentionally curating our environments, be it at home, at work, or in communal spaces, we allow ourselves to thrive. A well-organized and visually appealing environment can lead to enhanced productivity, improved mood, and a greater sense of control over our lives. When we take the time to design our physical spaces thoughtfully, we create the conditions necessary for our minds to unwind and flourish. To understand the impact of environment on mental clarity, consider the analogy of a clear glass of water. When the glass is pristine, you can see to the bottom. However, if it is filled with muddiness or grime, visibility diminishes, clouding your view. Similarly, a cluttered or chaotic environment can obstruct your mental clarity. Imagine Steve, an entrepreneur working from home who found himself overwhelmed by disorganization. His desk piled high with papers and scattered notes left him feeling scattered and anxious. Once he decided to declutter his workspace and implement a system for organizing his documents, Steve was astonished at how it transformed his focus and creativity. This change in his environment also shifted his mental state, enabling him to think more clearly and prioritize effectively. Scientific studies illustrate the profound connection between our physical environment and mental processes. According to a report from the Journal of Environmental Psychology, individuals working in organized settings exhibit higher levels of concentration and performance. The study found that when participants engaged in tidy environments as opposed to cluttered ones, they demonstrated improved cognitive agility and creativity. Additionally, renowned organizational expert Marie Kondo underscores the emotional benefits of maintaining a tidy home and workplace. Her philosophy emphasizes that surrounding ourselves with items that spark joy creates an uplifting environment conducive to clarity and productivity. Historical figures have also understood the importance of environment in achieving mental clarity. Albert Einstein famously maintained a simple office, believing that a clutter-free space fostered his creativity and analytical thinking. His ability to formulate groundbreaking theories was, in part, rooted in the clear, focused environment he cultivated. This connection serves as a powerful reminder that our spaces significantly influence our capacity for thought and innovation. To begin designing your environment for mental clarity, start by assessing your current spaces. What items contribute to mental clutter? Are there distractions that do not align with your goals? Take a moment to clear away unnecessary items. Once this is accomplished, think of ways to incorporate calming elements, like plants or affirming artwork that inspire positive energy and focus. For Janet, a mother juggling work and family, transforming her study corner by adding houseplants and removing clutter led to a remarkable increase in her productivity and overall mood. You might also consider utilizing designated areas for specific tasks. When you create boundaries around your work, recreation, and relaxation spaces, you effectively signal your brain to switch its focus according to the task at hand. As you master the art of designing an environment that promotes clarity, you will find it easier to navigate daily challenges and pursue your goals with intention. By embracing this process and allowing your space to reflect your mental aspirations, you cultivate an atmosphere that nurtures growth and encourages clarity. To cultivate an environment that supports mental clarity, begin by decluttering your space. Set aside a few minutes each day to organize a specific area, whether it's your desk or living room, removing items that no longer serve you. As you create a streamlined environment, take notice of how your mind feels freer and more focused. This act of letting go not only enhances the physical space, but also signals to your brain that you are committed to clarity and intention. For instance, Mark, an architect, transformed his chaotic workspace by discarding old plans and materials. He found that with less visual noise, he could tackle projects with greater creativity and concentration. In addition to decluttering, consider establishing designated areas for specific tasks. Create a defined workspace equipped with everything you need to be productive. This reinforces the mental cue that this space is for focused work. Whether it's a specific chair for reading or a desk for writing, designating areas helps condition your mind to concentrate better. Anna, a freelance writer, carved out a small nook in her home for writing. By maintaining this area with inspiring decor and comfortable seating, she developed a productive routine, elevating her creative flow. Over time, she learned to associate this space with focus and creativity, allowing ideas to flow more freely. Incorporate rituals into your day to further enhance clarity. Simple practices like morning intention setting or afternoon walks can help ground you. For example, before diving into your work, take a few moments to breathe deeply and visualize what you hope to accomplish. This practice not only prepares your mind for focus, but aligns your actions with your intentions. During her workday, Celia began taking short, mindful walks. Stepping outside for a few moments cleared her head and provided fresh inspiration upon returning to her desk. As you implement these techniques, recognize that designing an environment for mental clarity is an ongoing process. Each effort contributes to a larger transformation, further enhancing your sense of control and focus. Launching this journey requires small, deliberate steps, each reinforcing your commitment to a more balanced and peaceful state of mind. For more strategies and encouragement on your journey toward mental clarity, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, Timeless Simplicity, where you'll find additional resources to support your path to a more intentional life. Embrace this exploration as you create spaces that lift and inspire you every day. Chapter 11: Overcoming Fear and Resistance to Change. Overcoming fear and resistance to change is a vital step in the journey toward personal growth and fulfillment. Fear often manifests as a protective mechanism, stemming from our instinct to avoid the unknown or potential discomfort. This emotional response can create significant obstacles when we seek to embrace new experiences or perspectives. Recognizing and addressing these fears empowers us to traverse our habitual boundaries and venture into transformative territories that contribute to our overall well-being. Acknowledging that such resistance is not only normal but also a common aspect of the human experience can help ease the path to change. To illustrate this concept, think of a tightly closed flower bud. At its core, the bud holds the full potential of blossoming into a beautiful flower, yet it remains enshrined in defensiveness, hesitating to open up. This analogy reflects how fear can anchor us in our comfort zones. Take the case of Ben, who felt held back in his career due to anxiety about public speaking. This fear led him to decline opportunities for advancement, fearing he would embarrass himself. However, with support from a mentor who guided him through intentional steps, Ben learned to confront his fear gradually. By committing to small speaking engagements, he nurtured his confidence and eventually transformed into a compelling speaker, allowing him to flourish in his role. Research supports the notion that confronting fear is essential for growth. According to psychologist Dr. Albert Bandura, who developed the theory of self-efficacy, believing in our ability to face challenges substantially impacts our willingness to evolve. In a study published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine, participants who were trained to confront and manage their fears demonstrated improved resilience and better coping strategies. These findings highlight that embracing challenges rather than avoiding them can contribute to emotional fortitude and increased self-esteem, propelling us toward positive change. Historical figures also exemplify the power of overcoming fear and resistance. Eleanor Roosevelt is a notable example. Despite her fears, she relentlessly advocated for civil rights and social justice. She confronted her anxieties head-on, believing deeply in the values she championed. This determination not only allowed her to inspire a generation, but also reshaped the course of American society. Successfully adjusting to various challenges throughout her life, underscores the importance of willingness to face fear as an integral aspect of embracing change. As you embark on your journey to overcome reluctance and fears, start by identifying specific fears that hold you back. Write them down, as reflecting on these fears often reduces their power over you. Next, consider small, manageable steps to confront your fears. If public speaking intimidates you, begin by practicing in front of a trusted friend or even in front of the mirror. Gradually increasing exposure will help dismantle the grip of fear, enabling you to find your voice authentically. It's crucial to maintain a supportive network as you navigate change. Connecting with friends, family, or even online communities can provide the encouragement and perspective that remind you that you are not alone. Acknowledging your feelings while embracing vulnerability creates a safe space for growth. By facing fears with curiosity and openness, you cultivate a resilient mindset, empowering you to make choices that align with your true aspirations. Fear may always have a presence, but how you choose to approach it can redefine its impact on your life. Through continued commitment to confronting fear and embracing change, you will discover the beauty of blossoming into your full potential, equipped to navigate the challenges of life with grace and confidence. This journey is not only about personal growth, but also about winning the courage to welcome new possibilities, leading to a richer, more fulfilling existence. To effectively confront fear and overcome resistance to change, start by establishing a daily practice of reflection. Set aside time each evening to journal about any fears that arose during the day. Use this space to identify what triggered those feelings and how you responded. For example, after a challenging meeting at work, you might write about the anxious thoughts that surfaced and your instinct to withdraw. Writing these experiences down can provide clarity and demystify the underlying fears, empowering you to approach similar situations with a more constructive mindset the next time. Another technique to embrace is gradual exposure to the discomfort that fear creates. If public speaking terrifies you, begin with small, manageable steps. Invite a friend over and share a short story. This practice allows you to build confidence in a safe environment. Jane, who struggled with speaking in front of larger groups, started by practicing in front of her family at dinner. As she grew more comfortable, she gradually transitioned to enrolling in a local Toastmasters club. Over time, this progressive exposure transformed her fear into newfound confidence and strength, illustrating the power of facing fears incrementally. You may also incorporate visualization techniques into your routine. Imagine the fear you wish to confront and visualize yourself successfully overcoming it. This could involve picturing yourself delivering a presentation with poise or engaging in an important conversation without anxiety. Using this imagery regularly not only helps condition your mind to expect success, but also reinforces the notion that you are capable and competent. Mike utilized visualization before a significant career shift, and envisioning his triumph helped him take decisive steps toward change, fostering his growth as a professional. As you integrate these techniques into your daily life, remind yourself that fear is a natural part of the human experience. Acknowledge it without letting it define your actions. Each time you confront a fear, you are making strides toward personal growth. By celebrating small victories, no matter how minor they may seem, you create a positive reinforcement loop that encourages further movement beyond your comfort zone. Remember that the journey to overcoming fear is unique for each individual, and being gentle with yourself during this process is essential. For more strategies and encouragement tailored toward confronting your own fears, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, Timeless Simplicity, where you will find a supportive community focused on fostering growth and resilience in the face of life's challenges. Chapter 12. Living with Purpose and Lasting Ease. Living with purpose and lasting ease means intentionally aligning your everyday actions with your core values and aspirations, ultimately creating a fulfilling and meaningful life. The essence of this concept is that by understanding what truly drives you, you can navigate life's complexities with confidence and poise. When your actions are rooted in purpose, you tap into a profound source of motivation that guides your choices and bolsters your resilience during challenging times. This deliberate approach not only reduces stress, but enhances your overall sense of well-being, allowing you to experience life fully and authentically. To illustrate this idea, envision a ship navigating through turbulent waters. The ship's captain relies on the North Star as a guiding light, ensuring that even in stormy conditions, they remain on course. In the same way, when you live with purpose, you identify your personal North Star, which acts as your guiding principle. Consider Mia, who after years in a corporate environment felt unfulfilled. She took the time to reflect on her passions and discovered a deep love for helping others attain their fitness goals. By pursuing a career in personal training, she found not only a job but a purposeful vocation that invigorated her spirit. This clarity allowed Mia to navigate obstacles with greater ease, transforming her life into a joyful journey filled with authentic connections and achievements. Research supports the significance of purpose in enhancing mental well-being. A study published in the Journal of Happiness Studies demonstrated that individuals who identify and pursue meaningful goals experience higher levels of vitality and life satisfaction. Dr. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, emphasized purpose in his influential work, Man's Search for Meaning. He articulated that even in the direst circumstances, a sense of purpose can enable individuals to persevere and thrive. This testament to the human spirit underscores the profound psychological connection between purpose and resilience, revealing we all possess the potential to forge meaning in our lives despite external challenges. Numerous successful people embody the principle of living with purpose. Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft, transitioned from running a successful corporation to focusing on philanthropic ventures through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. His purpose shifted to addressing global health issues and improving education, demonstrating how alignment of values with action can serve others and drive social change. This courageous leap not only enriched his own life, but positively impacted millions of lives across the globe, reinforcing the powerful intersection of purpose and ease. To begin your journey toward living with purpose, start by identifying your values and passions. Consider the moments when you felt most fulfilled. What were you doing, and who were you with? By listening deeply to your inner self and reflecting on your experiences, you unlock insights that can shape your path. Create actionable goals that resonate with these values, embracing the journey as you make those dreams a reality. By consistently evaluating your daily choices through the lens of purpose, you create a life rich in meaning and direction. As you embark on this transformative journey, remember that purpose is a continuous thread woven into the fabric of your life. Nurturing your sense of purpose cultivates ease. You become better equipped to handle challenges and uncertainties that arise. This deep-rooted clarity empowers you to design a fulfilling life while embracing the beauty and intricacies of existence. For further insights and practical strategies to support you on this path, consider subscribing to my channel, Timeless Simplicity, where you will find enriching resources designed to enhance your journey toward purposeful living and lasting ease. To effectively incorporate living with purpose into your daily life, start by establishing a routine for self-reflection. Carve out a few moments each day, perhaps in the morning or before bed, to reflect on what matters most to you. Consider keeping a journal where you explore your thoughts and feelings about your values and passions. For example, after spending time thinking about her aspiration to support mental health awareness, Sarah began journaling her reflections each night. This practice enabled her to connect more deeply with her intent, ultimately motivating her to explore career paths that aligned with her newfound purpose. Another actionable step is to set specific, meaningful goals that resonate with your identified values. Break these goals down into smaller, achievable tasks that you can integrate into your routine. If your purpose revolves around fostering community, for instance, start by planning monthly gatherings or engaging in local volunteering opportunities. David embraced this approach by committing to weekly volunteer sessions at a local shelter. This consistent action reinforced his desire to help others while simultaneously providing him with a sense of belonging and fulfillment. Additionally, visualization can be a powerful method for bringing your purpose to the forefront of your daily life. Take a few moments each day to visualize yourself actively living out your intentions. Picture yourself achieving the goals you have set and experiencing the emotions that accompany this success. This technique helped Rachel, a teacher looking to inspire her students, who began visualizing her classroom as a nurturing place of creativity. With this imagery, she fostered a learning environment that resonated with her vision of purpose, allowing her to engage her students more effectively. As you begin to integrate these strategies into your lifestyle, remember that living with purpose is a journey, not a destination. Embrace each step you take as part of your growth, celebrating your progress along the way. By nurturing your connection to your core values and actively aligning your actions with them, you cultivate a richer, more meaningful life. This commitment to purpose not only enhances your own experiences, but also positively impacts those around you, inspiring them to pursue their own paths toward fulfillment and joy. For more insights and practical resources on embracing a purposeful life, consider subscribing to my channel, where you'll find a supportive space to explore your journey further. In conclusion, embracing purpose and living intentionally is the key to unlocking a fulfilling and meaningful life. By identifying your core values, setting actionable goals, and creating environments that support these aspirations, you can cultivate a deeper sense of clarity and ease. Remember that each small step you take towards aligning your actions with your purpose propels you toward a greater sense of achievement and joy. Begin today by reflecting on what matters most to you and make choices that reflect those values. For more inspiration and practical tips, please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Timeless Simplicity.